LeBron James at 40 continues to defy the odds. Can he get Luka Doncic across the finish line?
So now there's the possibility that LeBron, in elevating himself, as he always does this time of year, may end up elevating Luka along the way.
And he's got maybe the best sidekick he could imagine in Luka Doncic.
All right. Hopefully LeBron can carry Luka. And by the way, there's LeGroin with that groin problem, doing silly, unnecessary crap during the warm-ups. All right, let's kick things off here. Might as well warn everyone, I tried to publish this without excessive stops, without putting these graphics up, and I got flagged. They are flagging almost everything I'm doing. I must be really exposing LeBron James, but I want the public to see this video. You're going to just have to suffer through these things, but it's going to be worth it. This is thorough. This is a complete dismantling of LeBron James and the fanboy / Shannon Sharp excuses. Let's see LeBron's importance. Go to the corner, LeBron. Blow on your hands. Luka will take care of everything. Keep blowing. Oh, keep blowing. Oh, keep blowing. And you know what's extra frustrating is that I actually did a test upload of the first 5 minutes of this video, and it didn't get flagged. So I thought I was doing things safely, and then they turned around and flagged me once I had the long version done. So anyway, that's why there's yet another break. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the previously recorded
So now
video.
there's the possibility that LeBron, in elevating
Do we
himself,
talk about
as he always does
LeBron's
this time of
contribution,
year,
Jackson
may end
Hayes'
up
open mouth
elevating
that
Luka
never
along the
closes,
way.
or whether or not there was even a foul on that play? Oh, where to begin? A few things to remember, fanboys, as you prepare your excuses. LeBron James was 1 for 5 from the 3, and you know that's why he gets to sit over there alone most of the time and take a nap. He had 5 rebounds total in the game, which means Luka out-rebounded him by 3. Luka, of course, had 37 points on 54.5% shooting, but apparently he didn't do enough. He was called out for having only 1 assist, while LeBron James had a whopping 3 assists. Good job. Good job, LeBron. I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse, but because I got flagged yet again and had to come back and do some editing, I had a chance to listen to some of Shannon Sharp's excuses, and he's blaming the groin injury. And I fanboys, do you ever get tired of having to run to excuses instead of just having results? And the thing is, I listened to Shannon Sharp describe how LeBron wasn't going after rebounds or wasn't making quick moves and things like that. Problem is, I've been showing that that's the way LeBron plays and has been rebounding the entire season. And you're also going to see in this video breakdown plenty of examples of LeBron James flailing, unnecessarily landing awkwardly, suddenly being able to move quickly when he has an opportunity to do a chase down block or something of that sort. So the bottom line is that LeBron James just didn't give the effort. And him getting out of the way, once again, as you will see, resulted in the most success the Lakers had in that game, the first period. It only got worse as LeBron James tried to be involved. But as far as the excuses of being injured, my God, he wasn't injured until he performed badly. That's convenient. But even Scottie Pippen's lame ass was supposedly a distraction. He supposedly provided a meaningful contribution to the Bulls when he went limping around out there to be a distraction. LeBron James isn't limping. LeBron James isn't even moving. LeBron James is taking naps in the corner, blowing on his hands. I'm not cherry picking. This goes on and on and on. I have example after example after example just from this one game. You know, where's the playoff intensity? Everybody talks about, oh, the Lakers didn't have their intensity. Where's LeBron's playoff intensity? Let's just go to fantasy world and pretend that he is injured. You can't do better than that. Get off the court then. Get off the court if you can't do better than that. Go sit down and help your team. I already talked about this a little bit in the members section, but that's LeBron's shot chart. And since I'm breaking down the whole game, we're going to see exactly how difficult LeBron's shots were that he made compared to his teammates who had to take more difficult shots and still have a higher shooting percentage than him. There you go, LeBron. Get down into that safe zone and try to resurrect your shooting percentage. I guess this is a foul on Rudy, but does anyone think it's unfair for the shooter to lean, maybe even jump backward into the defender? I don't know about that. Isn't that an unnatural basketball motion? We get another shot of Jackson Hayes trying to breathe. At the other end, look at LeBron James just working his butt off on defense. And, of course, the illegal Heisman Trophy arm. Look at LeBron. Damn, bro. I can't believe you're still getting it done at both ends like that. Sorry. Trust me, I don't want to be doing this to you. This is what I've been reduced to. Watch this. Fanboys, I'm not asking you because I know you don't know the answer, but any old heads, you remember being allowed to Heisman Trophy people out of your way? Sadly, even on this play, I got to stop and point some things out. I mean, how far away is LeBron from the play when he gives up the ball and then just starts observing? This is what we're praising someone for, getting it done at both ends. Getting it done, getting it done, getting it done. Look at LeBron getting it done. Go back to your corner. Get it done in the corner, LeBron. Blow on your hands and watch Luka carry your ass. That's your sidekick. Look at LeBron's lack of awareness, his delayed response here. And look at Jackson Hayes. Is he actually incapable of shutting his mouth? But hold on a second. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is why I'm trying to get people to come to the members section. I'll just do away with all of this bullshit YouTube's putting me through. Okay, Mr. Basketball Savant, Mr. High IQ, should have seen Jackson Hayes by now. In fact, he's kind of looking at him. He waits way too long to pass this. And this is so ugly, I don't know if it's a pass or a shot. Now, Jackson Hayes is going to flail. He's going to try and get a foul call. But if you look at where the position of the ball is and where he is right there, this was never going to happen. That ball's in a terrible place, and it came way too late. Yeah, that was not going to happen. But more importantly, if that lob had been thrown when and where it should have been thrown, that dunk would have already taken place before the defender even arrived, and it would have been 2 points for the Lakers. Am I being nitpicky? Am I being too hard on LeBron? Well, you guys always say that he does all these great things out there. And this is what happens when he takes the ball into his own hands. It's a problem. The rest of the time that he's getting out of the way was actually better. Go back to the corner. Let's back up one more time. This is 2 easy points. That should be an easy alley-oop. Subtract 2 points from the Lakers because of LeBron being a terrible playmaker. Next possession for the Lakers. There's LeBron, top of the screen, observing. Once again, here comes Luka with the feed from Reeves. A nifty finish. Here's my mandatory copyright break and posing the question yet again. I'm going to keep throwing this question up on the screen so that it sinks in how many times it pops up on the screen and you have to ask this question. All right, let's keep tabs here. So far, LeBron James has observed 3 plays, and the one that he was involved in was a turnover. He does so much for the team. On this one, look where LeBron is, and then he gets passed by Luka, and once again, isn't involved. He watches. Now he's not even in frame. Copyright break. Sorry. Please come to the members section. I know, fanboys, you're calling me a hater, but I'm keeping track of reality. Because whenever LeBron isn't scoring points, you're going to claim that he was doing something else. I'm showing you that the something else he's doing is watching. Like, he's not part of this at all. Next possession. There's LeBron James on the far side of the screen on the three-point line. Austin Reeves makes a nifty little move to draw the D. Sends it to Hachimura. Hachimura hits. Now, I want you to understand, LeBron James didn't set a screen. He didn't make a great pass. He didn't even touch the ball. He didn't draw the defense. He did fucking nothing. Again, the one play that he was involved in, he threw it away and missed a great alley-oop opportunity. For you fanboys, I have to walk it through this slowly because you run any direction you possibly can. He is not contributing. He's not coaching. He's not motivating. He's not facilitating. What are you going to say he's doing? All right, right after that play, here's LeBron on defense. He's giving Julius Randle about 15 feet of space, and then he just slacks off. Jackson Hayes has to go out to challenge the shot. Just the amount of effort on defense there was lackadaisical. And Randle makes the shot. All right, LeBron is trying to be involved here. He passes to Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes gets blocked or misses. I don't know. I'm going to have to see a replay. All I know is that LeBron James quits. LeBron James is the only one not getting back. He's like motioning to his wrist. He's complaining to the refs. Let's zoom in. Jackson Hayes just loses the ball. Look, he's already lost it. He's like trying to regain it as he goes to the rim, but he has no control of that ball. Yeah, that's not a foul. And LeBron James had a clear view of what happened. Oh, and I was wrong. He's not grabbing his wrist. He's just wiping his hands. He's prioritizing wiping his hands inside of his jersey instead of getting back with his team. Those Balco secretions are a bitch, huh? So LeBron sits this defensive possession out, but you know who doesn't is Luka, who actually does a pretty good job of getting into possession, but I agree that's a no call there. He flops. I don't think it was a charge. I don't think it was a block. But look who isn't there. LeBron James is not there. I'm not sure what LeBron tells himself in his mind during each of these plays that he decides not to participate, but I'm curious what you fanboys tell yourselves. Let's think about Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins and the rest of those idiots, though, that had the audacity to say that it was LeBron James that was going to inspire Luka to up his game. I think LeBron could be learning from Luka's defensive effort. Remember, fanboys, the conversation was about LeBron James being an MVP caliber player getting it done at both ends. Now you guys want to run to the conversation being, look, he's 40 years old. This isn't a conversation about whether or not he's decent at 40. The conversation is that LeBron James has been playing at an MVP caliber level. And after you run to the, oh, he's 40, what do you want excuse, and I defeat that one, then you run to the convenient, oh, but he's playing injured. Really? You mean because Shannon said so? Because LeBron said so? Problem is, this is how LeBron looks all the time. You guys don't watch my videos, so you don't know it, but I've been breaking it down year after year after year, game after game after game. How nice for LeBron, as Luka now brings the ball up after getting back on D, that LeBron James just sat out that entire possession, got a head start on going to the corner and resting. There he is, in the corner, top right. Observing again, Luka gets the foul on McDaniels, and he still mouths off to the ref, even though they called it. Copyright break. Copyright break. Oh, my God. Play resumes. There's LeBron still resting in the corner, completely flat-footed, enjoying watching Luka carry his ass. Fanboys, what the fuck has LeBron James done in any way, shape, or form? Let me guess. He's motivating his teammates. I don't even have a good enough imagination to try and come up with what you guys are going to come up with. All right, again, Mr. Motivation, Mr. Team Leader, last one across half court. Luka's not even looking for him. Luka doesn't need him, doesn't want him. LeBron, get out the way. LeBron's going to go out of frame again. That's how important he is. And let's do this fun thing. That's fucking traveling like 2 or 3 times there, by the way. Luka manages to get rid of the ball. Oh, LeBron! LeBron getting involved! LeBron getting involved! Oh, LeBron! 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 Clanky! Clanky! Must have been the groin. Must have been the groin, right, Shannon? Sexual assault. Here's a loose ball foul on LeBron on this rebound. Jesus, look at that. Pretty nifty of LeBron to make it sound like the Timberwolves were the ones who were physical and now the Lakers need to match that physicality. That's basically like telling the refs, hey, we're going to foul the shit out of them even worse the next game and you can't call anything. McDaniels picks up LeBron, gets right in his mug, shuts him down. LeBron doesn't want anything to do with it. He's going to pass it off to Luka. Luka is forced to try and make a miracle shot, but watch Luka chase down the rebound. LeBron's not even in frame. Luka's the one criticized for being out of shape. They say that maybe LeBron can get Luka over the finish line. Maybe LeBron can motivate Luka. How? By leaving early? God, this is too easy. This is too easy to pick apart. Anyway, it's Luka's hustle play and that pass that allowed the Lakers the second chance, and Hachimura hits the 3, and what was LeBron doing the whole time? Watching. Nothing more than watching. Do you understand? Nothing more. He's not drawing the best defenders. He's not setting screens. He's not running to get open. He's not fake coaching by waving his hands around and all of that crap. You can't pretend that LeBron James is doing anything important to this offense. And how many possessions has that been so far? All but 2? And those 2 didn't end well? LeBron James, who are you guarding? As usual, he's just kind of like floating. This is what they call getting it done at both ends, apparently. When the reality is that Luka gets the steal here. Good hands. Hey, LeBron, nice view of Luka getting it done, huh? What do you think of that stance there, Shannon? How's his groin looking? Sexual assault. All right, so Luka passes it off to LeBron. LeBron passes to Reeves. The Timberwolves collapse. That's as close to LeBron being involved in the offense as it has gotten so far. And I need to hit pause so I don't get flagged. But LeBron is back in observation mode. If you look at this carefully, that ball does not go where Reeves is hoping it's going to go. You can even see Reeves kind of have to adjust. Reeves is hoping to cut straight to the basket. LeBron passes away from the direct line to cut for a layup. And Reeves has to adjust because of LeBron's bad decision. And I don't know why LeBron thinks that he deserves to take yet another play off. But once again, Mr. Motivation, Mr. MVP, Mr. Getting it done at both ends, Mr. I'm going to inspire Luka is the one who isn't there. How many possessions is that so far? I know, despite how many times I've mentioned that the groin injury is BS, that you guys are going to mention the groin injury. So let me again say, if the groin injury is so bad that you can't even participate, then go sit down. The Lakers have a deep bench. Let someone else come in. Someone can do better than nothing. Do you hear my words? Another player doing something has got to be better than LeBron doing nothing. Which actually that brings up an interesting point, because LeBron doing nothing was the best that the Lakers did in this game. This period that I'm showing you, being blamed on LeBron's groin injury, by the way, you can't even pretend that it was strategy and LeBron was intentionally getting out of the way and wanted to get involved later. No, Shannon, you blamed it on his groin. And him getting out of the way meant doing effing nothing, laziness, resting. So again, I don't know how you can escape from the fact that the only period that the Lakers won was the period that LeBron got out of the way. LeBron being involved is bad for the Lakers. Now, here's where you fanboys are going to take your pants off and get out the honey, because you get excited that LeBron, who doesn't participate in defense, looks for opportunities where he can shine. But those opportunities only exist because he doesn't participate in the original defense. Let's translate this to the pickup court. And I just take plays off until I see an opportunity and I run back in from out of bounds. By the way, that was not clean. That was not clean. Watch LeBron's hands. He completely overshoots the ball and is heading to Randall's arms. Look at that. And then after he hits his hand, he then shoves Randall out of the scene so that he can't recover. And no whistle. And the announcer says, LeBron picked him clean. What, Luka, what are you doing with your hands up? What are you doing? Dun, 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 dun. Copyrighted old hoops. And then he throws it off of LeBron's foot here. And once again, is trying to complain to the ref about something. Look at this. That's going to bounce off of the back of LeBron's foot, and Luka's going to complain. Are you mad that they didn't call kickball on your teammate? What's Luka doing? Oh, he wants the refs to give them the ball because it went off of LeBron's foot, which doesn't make sense, but even that's not correct. The ball never went out of bounds. I don't know how the refs put up with these guys. I swear they just start complaining and then try and fill in what they're going to complain about later.
Luka Doncic.
Look at this replay. Do they even understand how much they're exposing LeBron James? Limp, flat-footed, zero interest in being involved. Oh my God. That's him as a participant. Wait, what's better? The fan wanders onto the court or confused dementia patient interrupts game?
Just knocked down a couple of threes. These step backs. So
he still hasn't moved. I mean, you'd think that you move a little bit. Oh, LeBron, how is the view of being carried, knowing you're going to get the praise and Luka will take the blame?
Playoff scores. Michael Jordan, number 1. Doncic at number 2 at just under.
What can I say to appropriately capture the absurdity of showing this in the same broadcast that you talked about LeBron James getting Luka over the finish line? How about the absurdity of talking about LeBron James as the GOAT when he's not even on this list? Remember in the previous video, the members video, I talked about how LeBron James's output goes down in the postseason. That's not GOAT-like behavior.
31 points in the game, and Allen Iverson.
My goodness, look at Luka's numbers from the Western Conference Finals last year. Yeah, and this was Mr. Out of Shape putting up these numbers. Looks like LeBron James is on the bench. For the sake of time, I think I'll skip to when he comes back in. Well, I'll include this. Man. Uh-oh, poor Rui. Got to keep throwing these in here every now and then. Are you impressed with LeBron's performance so far? How about Gabe Vincent with this rejection of Anthony Edwards trying to finish emphatically, and that was called a foul. The Lakers challenged. The Lakers won the challenge, and rightfully so, I think. But if that had been LeBron James driving, I don't think you win the challenge. I don't think they overturn it. I'm not trying to say Luka's a great defender, but he's contesting. I don't even think LeBron contests threes. Here's Luka continuing to do it with LeBron on the bench. You know LeBron didn't have a single assist to Luka in that first period. I don't think LeBron had an assist period. I am correct. LeBron James with 0 points. LeBron James with 0 rebounds. LeBron James with 0 assists. LeBron James with 0 blocks. LeBron James with 1 turnover.
Doncic with the spin, slams on the brakes. He's out here doing a clinic.
Maybe LeBron can carry this bum over the finish line. My goodness. You know, some people said, oh, Luka tapered off after the first. If he hadn't tapered off, you realize that would mean he was going to have a 64-point night on over 50% shooting. That's Michael Jordan in 1986 against Larry Bird.
Way off. That was wide left. We have a whistle and a foul underneath. That's going to go against Gobert.
I can't tell exactly what happened there, but Luka got, one of their primary defenders in foul trouble. That's more than LeBron James did, and he's doing it in another way. Now, this foul, this game stoppage, brings LeBron James back into the game.
And right now, Alexander Walker checked into the ball game and got crushed by LeBron James.
LeBron immediately upon returning to the game engages in illegal activity. That is the definition of an illegal screen, people. Your body is supposed to be in front of the defender, the whole body, like straight up and down, shoulders and feet as a column. Not stick your left leg out as far as you can reach and throw an elbow. And then he wrestles the defender down. You fucking cheating piece of shit. And this is the guy who says they need to get more physical next game. Anyway, Luka has a nice pass underneath, which is a kick out to Vincent, who nails the three. Again, LeBron James didn't have anything to do with the actual execution of that shot, but he did more than he's done in the other plays. I guess. Is this how pathetic it's become? I have to compliment him that he was involved in any way, shape, or form, even if that means an illegal screen that ultimately had no effect on the play. And yet it is still more than the other offensive possessions. Where is LeBron James going? LeBron James, what planet are you on right now? My God. And I put out videos showing people are very comfortable draining it in LeBron's face. He is not an intimidating defender. Bam. In your face. After that possession in which LeBron James set an illegal screen, he needs to rest. So he's back in the corner doing what he's been doing just about every possession, watching. Look, he's limp-armed, flat-footed. Luka with a nice find to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt actually blows this. Sorry, I have to break it up again, but we will pick up right where we left off after this short commercial break. But the Lakers somehow get the rebound. Vanderbilt gets his own rebound. LeBron James is doing nothing more than watching still, and Vando sees LeBron, says, that's a bad decision. I'm going to be more intelligent than LeBron and kick it out to somebody else. There's Dorian Finney-Smith. LeBron James is still doing nothing more than observing. And here comes the three-pointer. This actually helps LeBron James in the plus-minus column because this is happening while he's on the floor. But what is he doing on the floor? Fanboys, what did he do? What did he do? Other than watch. I mean, he's not even drawing defenders. At the other end, there's LeBron James guarding nobody. Nobody. I heard at the pregame them saying that LeBron James was going to play the 5 tonight. This is what he does every game. Stop pretending that he's changing his assignment when you say he's going to play another position. This is what he does. This is what he does every night. Guard nobody. The difference is that Luka's getting some of the rebounds that he usually is allowed to grab. Okay, we have a moment where LeBron James is sort of involved in the offense. He does the Heisman illegal clear out with his arm and then kicks out, accomplishing absolutely nothing. That's a terrible pass. The entire defense is able to reset because the pass took so long to get there. And LeBron goes back to sitting in the corner. That was LeBron's big offensive contribution. I know, fanboys, but he's 40. He could be 80. He's not bringing anything to the table. You want to call him 100? The bottom line is he's not bringing anything to the table. When I say that LeBron James is just observing Luka do everything, I'm not exaggerating. Here, Luka gets a foul on Anthony Edwards. Let's get their main star in foul trouble. Good job watching, LeBron. I'm showing this because, once again, LeBron's big defensive assignment is to guard nobody. Not very tiring. That's a foul on Luka, uncalled. And LeBron yells, hell no. He's shit-talking on a play that he has nothing to do with. What a coward. What a douche. Luka bounces Randall the other direction, which tells you a lot of things. That Luka's a big guy. And if that had been Luka driving, that's a foul call.
Has been a little bit conspicuous by.
That's an offensive foul on LeBron. I know fanboys are saying I'm being ticky-tacky. Dude, that's that's a lead elbow by LeBron James. And if that's somebody else, it gets called. Now watch what he does the rest of this possession. He decides to run out the clock, calls for a screen all the way up here. What a disgusting egomaniac. Luka's been carrying the Lakers the whole period. He has the hot hand. Sorry, you knew I wasn't going to get through that without another copyright strike. But you're like, nah, I want the ball to end the period. And he misses the layup. Of course, he falls down as he always does. Another awkward landing. Of course, he just lays there while the rest of the team tries to get a shot up miraculously. And of course, he has words for the ref. Bail me out, ref. I don't have anything without a bailout. LeBron James is nothing without being bailed out. Amongst other things, this is just a bad decision, taking it in against a great defender. And then look at him unnecessarily flailing in the air, landing on that left leg. I mean, if LeBron James had any legitimate injuries, like the groin one or an ankle one, that would aggravate it. His stupid, awkward landings. Stupid, awkward landings coming at the end of a bad offensive decision, hoping to foul bait. He's hoping to end the period foul baiting. What a piece of trash. I know some of you fanboys are going to try and say that Randall fouled him because his arms are outstretched, but he's just protecting himself from the out-of-control guy flying into the lane. In fact, you see that Randall's going backwards, and there's no contact until after LeBron is already coming down. If anything, he was just going to make sure that they didn't collide. God. Okay, if LeBron has a groin problem, then it would have acted up right there. I don't want to hear the excuses, Shannon Sharp. 33 minutes of breaking down the first period. I didn't leave much unturned. It will be entertaining to listen to the fanboys explain away every one of those plays. And remember, it only gets worse from here. I'm going to break down the rest of the game, but it's probably going to be in the members only section because I just can't keep dealing with all this copyright crap.